Welcome to my first low resolution cooking video. So what we're doing today is going to be frying bacon, and the reason I'm doing this is because I decided to join a Discord server, have some fun, meet some people. Turns out no one there could fry bacon. Multiple people, all within the span of a day or two, admitted to trying nearly lighting their homes on fire because they fried bacon wrong. And then I decided, hey, I'm gonna make fun of this and tell my brother and my sister-in-law. And know what they did? The next day they texted me like, yo, you needed to help us too because we did the same thing. Now of course they were cooking in the oven. That's how they cook bacon. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm gonna try it in the future. And they set off all their smoke alarms in their house. So this is for them, this is for you, this is for the internet. How to not light bacon on fire. First off, we've already preheated the stove, preheated the pan here. It is at about, I usually keep mine around medium. But basically you just want it hot enough to get a little sizzle. You put a drop of water in. We got our bacon here, hickory smoked from the butcher. I was gonna do some side-by-side with real bacon and fake bacon, but I could only find fake burgers, the vegetable burger stuff, but whatever. You just do that, do this. Promise, I think what people are doing is you're getting too hot. You don't want a lot of heat. Yes, you want bacon to be semi-burnt, but not, you don't need to like throw it into a fire. Boom. I'm just gonna cover it, and that's basically keep the I don't need that one. I need the one I don't have. Of course, I'm not prepared. Keep the grease in, because it's going to splatter. And trust me, grease burns are annoying. Just jam that in the pocket. Normally, I put it in different pockets, but we're going to let this sizzle for a bit. And you want to move it around a little bit. Now, I don't do too much. I know people like to flip it around a lot. I'm going to let it sit here probably a couple minutes. Maybe 2 minutes. Going my stove and my pan, my cheap pans that really are even cheaper because I got them for free. But what are you going to do? And this is going to go right there on my paper towel because I don't want grease everywhere. And it's going to make cleanup a lot easier. It's one thing I love. I love bacon, but cooking it, it's messy. You got grease splattered everywhere. It's gonna hit you. It's gonna hit your counters. It's gonna hit your stove. And that's the other thing. You definitely want the lids, and you want to watch that grease splatter because that grease, it's gonna hit the heat elements. That's gonna cause your smoke. That's gonna set your smoke alarms off. It's all about managing the splatter and managing your heat. I'm gonna turn it up just a little. Yeah, it's already got a nice good pool of grease in there already, but it's not splattering too much. Got heat, right temperature. Don't, again, do not put it too hot. Do not need to put the thing all the way on high. I have mine's got a 1 to 10. I put it at 6, 5.5 to 6. I've already got nice colors coming on here. That a bit. And this one. And the lid goes back on. And just clean as you go. Makes things easier in the end. Boop, boop, boop. And realize I am nowhere near my garbage can. Yeah. Put that there. And just let it sizzle. Just let it be. You don't need to do anything. Cooking bacon's easy. You just let it cook itself. Don't play with it. We're going to let it sit. I'm going to try and edit this out. I probably won't, though, because I'm lazy. Huzzah. Smells good, though. Hickory smoked. None of that prepackaged stuff. If you can avoid prepackaged bacon, trust me on this. If you're into bacon, go to like an actual butcher or the butcher section of your grocery store and get legitimate bacon. Thick cut or thin cut. Some butchers you find thin cut. This one was about medium to maybe a heavy thickness. I don't know. It was what they had. It was hickory smoked. I like maple kind of smoked, especially you can get like where they marinate it in maple syrup. Oh, that was the best bacon I ever had. This up again. Yeah, perfect. Also, okay. The other thing to consider, this isn't so much a problem here, but at my old house, my old place, my stove wasn't level. So you had like pool of grease in the corner here and nothing over here. That makes it a lot easier for your grease spillage. And again, that grease spillage is what you're trying to avoid. So if you can try to level your stove, do it. Usually there's like screw knobs on the bottom, on the feet. You want to screw those, or unscrew them, do what you need to get that level. If you have a coil stove, you may end up in an issue with all the coils being different levels. In which case you may need to do some finagling to get those coils level. Make sure they're fully in place, inserted into their sockets. Basically there's a little extra socket they can pull out, come in, makes it easier to clean. That's why they do that. Also, sometimes they get damaged, replace them. But that was the issue with my other stove. Yeah, the feet were level, but those coils were all different levels. They didn't fully insert all the way. It was a really cheap stove, but I mean it worked for what I needed it for. This glass top is very nice, easy to clean. I'll say that. I'm loving it so far. That's the other thing. Gas stoves. You really, even more so, need to watch your grease splatter with a gas stove. At glass flame and grease don't mix. I would show, but I really don't want to throw a match into this and ruin bacon. Alright. I just love that sizzle. I'll crack it a bit. I need like a 3DO mic, and then we can do ASMR bacon cooking. Maybe that'll be my my niche on this channel. On the YouTubes, on the internet, or whatever takes over YouTube if something does. There have been attempts. Nothing successful. Meh. I'm just turning it a bit because I do have a vent on my glass, on this top, and I don't want steam shooting into my face. Steam burns aren't fun either. Normally I would run an exhaust fan, but my mic is garbage. I don't even know if you'll hear this or not. Honestly, this is just going on a whim. Who knows if this will work? I'll upload it to the internet anyway. Whatever. Alright, I'm going to put this over here. So no longer need that. That's just what I used for the bacon. And I don't want to put cooked bacon on a plate with raw beef juice. Not good. Normally I would wash my hands. I got hand sanitizer, so we'll use that. Not as effective, but no more off. I mean, it's pure alcohol. At least that one is. I don't recommend using that one, but that one's not for sale. Okay. You also don't want to do what I just did there, like swirl around if there's grease on the lip. And then it hits, the grease drops, hits the other grease, and then it just explodes everywhere. That's not a good thing. That side's good. That side's done. Just gonna be the last flipperoo here. that side's cooking pretty clear. But yeah, it's center. But that side's just cooking. That bacon just had to cook a lot faster than the other ones. So I'm gonna put you over here because that seems to be the cooler side. Probably not. It's just really bacon may have been a fair cut. Let that go. Another probably minute or so. I don't know. Not even looking at the times. I'm just eyeballing it and go by the sound and smell. Sight and smell. That's all you gotta do for cooking. Don't worry about the times. Sometimes you do if you're like doing steak, but rough estimates anyway, because the marbling will affect cook time. Smell-o-vision? No? No? This cheap webcam from 2007 doesn't have smell-o-vision, unfortunately. It's well before then. Or after then. Because there was that experiment that one guy did this, what was it, the 40s? He cut onion in the middle of a movie theater to try to convince people that there was smell-o-vision. Did as a prank, but... Yeah, okay. That is steaming pretty dang good. Alright. And, yeah, we should be done. Now, there's some raw parts on it, but there's also some cooked parts. That's okay. That's what makes bacon great, is that change in texture. We're going to throw that off. I'm actually going to take it off the heat. We'll let it just simmer there for a bit. Got my plate. Towel, actually, quickly just wipe off the grease, excess grease off the counter there. Alright, and throw it here. Oops. I'm trying to do this one at a time. Just make it a little easier and make sure I don't sufficiently drip as much as I can off. So these bacon slices were pretty dang thick. I probably should have shown them before I put them on the oven, but whatever. Or on the stove. Whatever I'm using to cook today, whatever. And there we go. Cooked bacon. Kinda. Needs to be dried off a bit. Once it is, though, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be delicious. See if we can cheat. Yep, that's super freaking hot. Of course it is. Of course it is. It's cooked pork. Yeah. So, this one's probably the best looking one of the bunch. But, yeah, all in all, bacon. Don't burn your houses down anymore. May the force be with you.